Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 things that I noticed in Real Madrid's match against Real Oviedo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But first thing is going to be how Madrid actually played throughout the whole game. And it was, different periods throughout the game. So in the first half, I think Madrid were showing a lot more quality than they did in the first game against Osasuna, which was good to see because, the press was better. There was a lot more passing between the players and a lot more connections and finding some opportunities here and there. And then we got that first goal. And then the second half, unfortunately, we didn't start very well. Like I think credit to Real Oviedo. They were now actually taking the courage a little bit more to push forward and to threaten Madrid a lot more. So I think maybe Madrid, just weren't sure like how to retaliate, but then also maybe just a dip in the momentum and the form that happens in 90 minutes of a football game, right? So Madrid were really not really struggling. They're still in control, but Oviedo were actually getting into positions to threaten. Not too much because they didn't really have a shot on Courtois' goal until later on in the second half. And then another opportunity for us to another chance that we were able to score from us winning the ball quite high up, right, with the press. So Vinny doing what Alonso wants to do and what's beneficial for the team, winning the ball, and then most importantly towards the end making the right decision. So that's maybe one thing that Vinny has struggled with in the year of 2025, making the right decisions. He's getting the positions but making the wrong decisions. But this time he did. So let's get him back on that track, right? And then once we scored that second goal, I think Madrid just realized, this pressing actually works. And we're actually playing very, very well in comparison to the first game, and things are clicking. And then we saw Madrid pressing with the same kind of precision as they did in the first half, right? And then we got that third goal from pressing again from Real Madrid with Trent involved, and then then Gonzalo Garcia setting off Brahim to Vinny, and then Vinny to score a really nice goal. So I think overall massive improvement from the first game against Osasuna, and credit to the players for just showing up and giving us a show. And there's still a lot more to come from this team. And then now the second thing I want to go into is actually going to be Madrid's pressing. Like Madrid's pressing has really improved in the sense that maybe actually last season and previous seasons our press was pretty. We didn't have one. It's pretty shambolic, and then now we actually have a press. So you see Madrid's actually in the right positions, because I don't think their press is necessarily like aggressive, not like, for example, with Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, but it's more like each session they have with Alonso, they're understanding where positionally they need to be. And you can see that because they're in the right position to suffocate the opponents, but it doesn't look like it's taxing too much energy for them, right? They're not doing like aimless running. Like I saw so many times last year when, for example, Bellingham was trying to run the whole pitch, trying to press, just wasting energy. But here, for example, you see how the team is working together as a collective, being in the right positions, and then it makes it easier for every single player on the pitch, right? So everyone has to do their role, and all our goals came from us winning the ball high up, right? So credit to that. The first goal, Tchouameni coming in, who played amazing. For me, him and Mbappe, man of the match for that game. And then the second goal, Vinny coming off from the bench. When he came on, it wasn't really clicking, but then he got that assist, passing into Mbappe. And then the third goal came from Trent again, and then or really just the team collective. And it was a misplaced pass from the opponents. So all in all, much more improvements. And then in the third point I'm going to talk about is going to be actually Mbappe and Tchouameni. So I think Mbappe has probably started. I would say he's probably started the best. Like he looks like he has something to prove, because last season he came in, had a slow start, and then picked it up at the end of the season. But for me, I wasn't really satisfied with Mbappe's first season. he scored the goals, but at the end of the day, it's not just about goals. It's about how you gel with the team and helping the team, right? So this season, I want to see him scoring just as much goals, getting more assists, like helping out his fellow teammates, and also bringing other players into the fold as well, right? So giving some assists to Rodrygo, to Vini, to Mastantuono, and helping other players also do their best. Because if he's the best player, I expect him to perform at a high level consistently throughout, and also make players around him better. That is a sign of a true top class player. So awesome job from Mbappe, and bit by bit. If he keeps this up, eventually I'll start liking him a lot more, But well done, really good starts to the new season. And then Tchouameni, we saw it in the Club World Cup, how instrumental he was to Alonso's tinkering, in the Club World Cup. With different formations and different playing styles and everything. And from the previous 3 seasons we had of Tchouameni, where it was just kind of like on and off, too many periods of him being off, I think at this current moment, we're probably seeing Tchouameni at his best, I would say, because in terms of like defense, he is like the cornerstone. And defensively, he's really there. He's really improved in terms of defensively, because also positionally. So I think Alonso said that with Tchouameni, he learns and he wants to learn, right? So I think his defense, he's in the right position. So positionally, he's improved. And now you're seeing him getting more tackles. You're seeing him stopping the opponents from progressing, and really being that anchor, in our defense. So I really see him having an important season, and he's one of the players that you actually don't want to have a major injury or any injury this season. So him and Mbappe. And then the fourth thing is going to be, and the fourth thing is going to be actually Alonso making some changes that I was not expecting, so early on, to drop Vini. And I think it was honestly credit to him for he's identifying things that we are also seeing as well, that there's something not clicking at the current moment with that front line. And now he's playing around and actually involving the whole team, right? So we saw Rodrygo coming in who hadn't had any minutes. And a lot of talk about him going, but most likely he's going to stay. And then you also had Mastantuono. So for me, I saw Mastantuono for the first time against Osasuna, and the few minutes he came on and performed, I was happy with his debut, because he gave me a little bit of snippet of what I can expect for him. Quality, constantly looking for the ball, and he wants to prove himself, and he's going to be running, he's going to be doing the work, and I think he's going to have a good season. So we'll see how it turns out. But in this game against Oviedo, I think the first half he played really, really good, because I think for me, he's showing a little bit of that hunger, of that drive, what Vini and Rodrygo had, when they came. And then I don't know what's happened, but last season they lost it. So with him, he's coming in, he's passing, and what you see, he passes the ball, and then now he's already looking to run and then receive the ball back. So he always wants the ball. He's always looking for the ball. He's always telling his teammates, I want the ball. He's making runs. He's opening up play, and he's creating chances for other people, right? And he's very quick thinking. From what there was a pass. There was a point when he had given a pass, I think, to Hausen, and then he ran forward, and he was expecting that pass back, and he didn't get it. And then the game played on a little bit, and he was still making runs in the center. And then eventually he got to Valverde on the right flank, and then he didn't cross it in, and he wanted that ball. But you saw him running around, and then he dropped back a little bit. He received another pass again, and then with his back against the goal, and then he did a nice pass into, I think it was Mbappe, and from there I think we got a nice chance. So I'm really seeing some really nice stuff from Mastantuono, and that's the type of play that I want to see Rodrygo and Vini also putting out. So now moving on. I gotta talk about Rodrygo. So I think in the first half, was better, but it wasn't. Yeah, I think he's trying too hard. You know, he's trying too much, trying too many dribbles, trying to prove something. But he just needs to be a little more cuter. You know, make the right pass, make the right decision. For somebody with his experience, that's what we expect of him, right? So make the right decision more often than not. Yeah. So there's a time to dribble, there's a time to pass, there's a time to run infield, there's a time to run to the flanks. So yeah, he needs to be a little more cuter and a little bit more wiser in that, right? So then we move on. Then we move on to Vinicius, and he was on the bench. But when he came on, before the goal, he was pressing, he was doing his work, and quality-wise, we still hadn't seen it. But I think that assist for Mbappe boosted morale, and then we also saw him now scoring that goal, right? Being a lot more clinical, you know, and maybe without actually that assist from Mbappe, then. That he got, he probably would have missed that chance in the end, because I think he gained, of course, he's human at the end of the day. So he gained some confidence and he's starting to believe in his own abilities again, right? When we scored the second goal, Mbappe runs straight to Vini. The whole team runs straight to Vini and is congratulating Vini, right? Because they want him to get back to his level. And then we saw that confidence now exuding, and then him finishing so clinically like he did, right? And that's what we need to see from Vini week in, week out. Because if Mbappe is performing like he's performing, and then Vini gets on the same level as Mbappe, and then we have Rodrygo also coming back to his level and more, because we still haven't seen the best of Rodrygo. So Madrid will be something, right? But overall, amazing game, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they are going to transition into the next game. And I want to see that same pressing, I want to see that same energy, and looking forward to what the lineup is going to be and how we're going to play. All right, guys. See you.